we did a great job stopping the run again. But kind of thought that it would look pretty good. I mean, after watching it live and going back, I mean, we still had a few mistakes. I mean, we're not anywhere close, to perfect by any means, but kids play with great effort. We covered up some mistakes with our effort. Had a couple misfits on some runs, but overall I thought we played really well. I mean, our kids got after it. They weren't in rhythm. I mean, obviously make them punt 14 times. We had them out of rhythm. Then they started switching up quarterbacks, but felt good about it. I think the kids should have confidence after that game. Moving on, I mean, this is a whole different animal we're about to face now. So, hopefully we have confidence and just go in and keep getting better.
I was going to ask a different kind of challenge this week. They're going to challenge you more vertically, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to spread you out 4 and 5 wide and throw it all over the place. It's going to look like Skelly gunning on out there. So, we have to make sure, get guys in the right spots, and, they're going to play fast. They're going to tempo us. So, we have to do a good job. I mean, it's hard to get to the quarterback. They've given up 4 sacks all year. And I think 2 of those are to the backup, number 5, when he came in. So, Webb gets rid of the ball, he does a great job. I mean, he's got good wideouts.
Worley's been cleared to practice, Dana told us. He said he's going to play. But do you expect him to be a little bit rusty whenever he does come back?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that's why we practice him. Hopefully we'll get out there and get some mileage out of him today and kind of see where he's at, and then whatever decisions made by the higher-ups, then we'll go from there with it.
After his performance last year, what are you seeing in the development of Davis Webb and how he's improved, if you can say he's improved this year?
Yeah, I think, I mean, he gets rid of the ball so fast, and throws it out to skilled guys that, can make you miss, and they could turn a negative play into an 80-yard touchdown with the screen or whatever it may be. So, I mean, they're very skilled, very athletic. Their offensive line, they do a good job. I mean, they protect him, but I think Davis just has such control of the offense, and he throws the ball on time. And, that's why there's not very many negative plays against them at this point.
The adjustments that you made on the defense, moving some of the bodies around, how much can that play into this week going up against pass-heavy offense?
Yeah, and that's kind of why we did it when we did it. Going into Big 12 play, getting Oklahoma out of the way because they're structured a little different. So what we want to do is get more speed on the field, get a better pass rush on the field, and I think that we've been able to do that, and hopefully our kids will be a week better with it. And, we're not going to be able to do a whole lot of different stuff just because of the tempo that they're going to use, and we're going to have to be pretty simple, with our alignments and coverages and those kind of things.
Do you feel confident with Golson at defensive end and base, or do you think it's more of a nickel type situation?
No, definitely in base, especially again this week, with what we're going to face, and, so he's going to have to play. And, Brandon can hold up against the run. I mean, he's just got to leverage a gap. And, we're not asking those guys to make a bunch of plays up there for us in the run game. Just hold the point and let our backers flow and get to the football.
It's still early in the week, but do you feel like your kids have been able to recognize how different the outcomes could have been for Texas Tech if they wouldn't have had so many self-inflicted mistakes?
You talking a year ago?
No, I'm talking about this year.
Oh, this year, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've watched a little bit of it. I mean, hopefully the kids have watched a little bit on their own. But we get more into the cut-up part of it than we do a game film. So, but yeah, I mean, they've turned the ball over. They had the ball a couple different times against K-State. I mean, the first series of the game, they took it right down the field and threw a pick on 1st and goal. So, and then they had it. One of his other picks came on, I think, the 5-yard line. So, they were in striking distance. And the same thing, if he doesn't get hurt against Oklahoma State, who knows, it could have been 60-60. I mean, you never know how that game would have ended up. So, the whole 4th quarter he was out. I mean, he got hurt early in the 4th and didn't come back. So, I mean, the kid's experienced, and, he does a great job, and he understands the system. And, I mean, they could get you for, they could light the scoreboard up on just about anybody.
Coach, you said some of the changes that you made on the defense were designed to free up the backers and let them flow more to the ball, and that seemed to happen in the game against Kansas. Is that really what you're looking to happen there?
Yeah, anytime you play an odd front, I mean, you can't have defensive linemen that are going to penetrate up the field and create run seams. on your defense. So, when you play an odd front, you want guys that hold the point and let the backers flow and get to the ball. So, I thought we did a great job of that the other day. And against certain teams that are power football, you can't do that. I mean, you have to try to penetrate and chop the front up to get the ball to bounce. Zone scheme teams, you can do that more and get our guys in the right position. So, I think they understand the scheme, both up front and at linebacker right now, and they know what we want. And I think we're just starting to execute a little better at this point.
Do you feel like Muldrow held up pretty well in his first start?
Yeah, he did. Ed's very athletic, and again, I think I said it the other night. I mean, looking back at the Oklahoma game, I wish I'd have played him more. I think he's coming in his own, and he's starting to do some really good things for us. So, he's not the biggest guy, but he's athletic. He can run, and he is tough. So, I like where he's at.
Changing gears a little bit, going from a spread team that ran the ball in Kansas to a spread team that is going to throw it all over the field in Tech.
Yeah, I mean, that's, and I think that we fit with our scheme. I think we fit either one. We're designed for spread, and hopefully that our matchups will hold up, and some guys are going to be on islands at some point. So they're going to have to make plays. Are we going to go in with, trying to blitz these guys a lot? No. I mean, just because of the style that they play and how they distribute the ball and how quick it comes out, we're not going to waste time trying to rush 5 or 6 and give him, easy matchups. So we're going to drop 8, 9, 10, maybe 11. So just kind of see where we're at.
Last week you said it's a copycat league. What can you copy from the success you saw last week with Tech, which had been scoring at will almost to hold them to 13 points? What can you guys take from that?
Well, I mean, it's hard because K-State is more of an even front and do some stuff. I mean, and there's only so many coverages that you can run in football, and K-State executed, and Texas Tech turned the ball over. I mean, that was the difference in the game. If we could catch the ball on defense, we may give ourselves a chance to get a turnover.
Have you counted how many